Hello, everyone.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are
Nice
you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Very well, thank you. How are you, Chloe? Good, that's good.
Very well.
Just in the last half an hour, I've had so many I can't make it. So it might actually just be us tonight. So we will be session 5 is very light on anyway. It really is just a catch up. But yes, lots of people suddenly realized they had things on tonight at 7 o'clock. So we've had a few little late cancellations as such, but that's okay. That's the nature of this beast. So there's not really any content that we have to go through tonight. It really just is an accountability catch up, really, just so you guys know that you've got that sort of session coming up. You know that, you've got to sort of confess your sins as such. And really, it's just a matter for me just to see how you guys have been traveling, whether there's any troubleshooting we can do, or whether there's anything you're finding is going really well, or anything that's really bloody hard. Either way. So it really is just a casual conversation about how things have been going for yourself. So I will start because it's confession time, of course. So thanks for asking, Katie. I've been going well. What I'm not doing well at the moment is I'm not prioritizing exercise because I cannot find the time at the moment. However, I today scheduled in a couple of meetings as such into my week to try and prioritize it. I've actually paused my gym membership because it was just creating more stress, because I could see this money going out each week, each fortnight, and it was just making me feel more anxious to try and get there, but I just physically couldn't. So that made me calm down. I was just like, okay, so now I'm not losing money because I'm not exercising. So that's a plus, but I am just really struggling to do anything active at the moment. So I am aware of it. I am not caring too much. I'm not beating myself up about it, but I am aware, and I'm going to prioritize it this week because I am sick of it. And I'm not somebody who exercises. I mean, we all need to find our own reasons for exercising. I'm not somebody that exercises because of a particular physical trait that I'm trying to achieve. I genuinely like to exercise for my own mental well-being, to get away from my family and to just have a little bit of sort of downtime as such. So that's what I'm missing. It's that real sort of like mental load that is not being released when I exercise. We are still in Dookie, for those who are aware that we're renovating. It is still renovating. So what I have been doing is actually going up and down Mount Major a couple of times, and that's what I will do. So Chloe, near me is a big mountain. Well, big mountain, like I should cool my jets a little bit, but it's sort of like an hour walk up and down. So I was feeling like that's good bang for buck. Rather than just walking around flat Dookie, I'll actually go up Mount Major and make myself sweat a little bit and listen to a podcast and leave my family for an hour. So that is confessional Katie time. So thank you, everyone, for listening to that. Next time I see you, I'll be telling you about all of the good habits that I've reinstated. But that's life, isn't it? That's what happens. Things get busy, schedules change, people, start taking on other things. So at the moment, it's not happening for me, but I'm confident that it will. So Chloe, you may now take the stand.
I hate having my name at the beginning of the alphabet because I'm always first for every meeting.
I know, and you're CC too, so it doesn't matter if it's first name or surname, you're always up first.
That's it. So other meetings, I make sure I turn my camera off, so at least I'm down the end somewhere. And when they've done the beginning people, then I go back up.
Is that how it works? If your camera's off, you're down the bottom.
Well, that's from what I know. Yeah, the people that don't have their camera on, they're down the end.
Nice tip.
For work, you have to have your camera on. Then after everyone's done their sharing, then I'll go put my camera on.
Nice. That's smooth, Chloe. I'm very impressed with that. I'm going to jot that down.
Okay. Well, confession, as you said, what? Since going back on site to work, it's been chaotic because just so much more work. And just like what you said, there's just been no time. Because now you have to factor in commute as well. That's like, 1.5 hours a day commute.
So much.
So by the time you've done that, you've lost that 1 hour, which you could have been exercising when it was lockdown, where you could at least spend that hour going around. Instead, you're in the car just trying to de-stress, doing some mindfulness activities while you're driving.
That's good though. I'm pleased to hear that.
So look, it's the physical activity that's really an issue, and I feel like I've just everything's just been out of whack. So honestly, since going back to work, I haven't actually gone for any intentional exercise. It's been quite sad actually. So I think the last time we met was maybe December last year, or November, was it?
Yeah, definitely end of the year. Yep.
So since the new year, I did go interstate for a while. By the time I came back, nothing. Haven't done any intentional exercise at all, which, as you said, I am aware of. However, whether I have the oomph to actually go and do it, I'm not so sure yet, because it's just time. It's trying to juggle everything and having so many sedentary work things that I need to do. It's just, even if I do, in between work, I do sort of just get up, go out for a bit, come back, but it's not enough for, I guess, the amount that I'm eating. And also with the eating, when it was lockdown, it was okay, you eat 3 meals a day, you eat regularly, but since work, it's just like skip all that, then have a big meal and then don't eat again. And it's just been a bit chaotic. I can't say I've been doing well at all. mentally I'm well for now, so in that it's been good. I've done a lot of mental exercise to keep my sanity, so in that it's good, but physically
so good.
I'm not so good physically, but at least mentally I am on top of things. So that's a huge thing, because in the past, where mentally I was quite low, that also affected my physical ability, whereas now I'm mentally okay, which means I can now focus on physical exercise as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And the mental stuff is so super important, just as you identified. So there's no point running for an hour and a half each and every day, but then just being an emotional mess because you're so unwell in your mind. So there has to be some, we have to be a little bit realistic about things. So that's fantastic. If you're feeling mentally strong, that's almost more important, really. But why do you exercise? And I want everyone to think about this. What is your actual motivator for exercise? What's yours, Chloe?
Mine is to actually have a good balance so that I don't feel heavy and lethargic. It's not so much, to be half my size or anything. No, it's just to stay well physically, because mentally I'm okay now. So let's look at physical now. And look, because I'm aware that my eating is trash. Okay, I love my sweets, I love my cakes, I love my chocolates. So if you eat that, you're going to need to burn it off somehow.
You have to do something. Yeah.
You can't just keep indulging in those things. And I guess a lot of it is also portion control. My weakness, if I eat all. If I don't eat, I don't eat. So I am aware I need to work on that. And when you're teaching, just to find that time even to sit down. Like today, the first time I actually got to even look at food. So from the morning right up till I think it was about 1 o'clock was the first time I actually got to even have a 15-minute break. You just can't. Too much. It's not a priority when you've got kids everywhere and you've got issues happening. It's just not a priority.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's right. And I think everyone can probably relate to that idea, in that sometimes workplaces just do not allow for the idea of regular eating, we should all be aiming for having regular meals and snacks and things, because that's what our body likes. Because we all know that if we only eat in the morning and then we don't eat again till 5 o'clock, come 5 o'clock, we then eat everything because we're starving. And then that's when we sort of pile it all on and eat everything. But just like you're saying, some workplaces really don't even allow that idea of eating regularly. So when you do eat, it's even more important.
You're ravenous.
That you're not eating trash, though.
I know.
Because you've only got these finite moments of when you can have something to eat. So if then you just, fueling yourself with more crap, then you're going to have real crappy output.
The thing is, convenience foods and junk food is a no preparation thing because it's just in a packet. Whereas as soon as you eat a healthy meal, you need to either, heat it, whatever. You don't even have that time to heat. That's the issue. Even if you snack on a muesli bar, the amount of sugar in that, but it's easy. You can store it anywhere. You can put it anywhere. You can hold it with you. Whereas if you have a meal of chicken or whatever, you can't drag it with you. So, yeah, like even the 5 minutes, by the time 5 minutes is up to heating your food, your time's gone.
Yeah, chaos has turned. Yeah. That's right. Yep.
So
then where are the moments in your week or weekend that you could prioritise some exercise? And don't say there's not, because there is. I know there is.
Look, it would have to be probably late at night. So when I come home, prioritise even half an hour. Yeah, I just feel really lazy at the moment after coming home. I just don't want to do it. But look,
of course.
I have to. I do have to.
You do have to. Yep, you have to. And I'm talking to myself now. I'm also saying to me, like, Katie, you have to. But we actually do have to. And because the thing is that no one else is going to come and make you do anything. You're the only one. And when we sort of get into this sort of like, not lazy cycle, but this sort of non-active cycle, it just festers and it just creates more laziness because we just think, I can't be bothered and I've got no energy and I don't want to do it. And Whereas if you just put your damn runners on and did it, you would reap so many more benefits for the next 24 hours than all the guilty things you feel and all the other stuff that you feel for not doing it, So we sort of have this constant conversation in our head about trying to get out of it, but you're better off just doing it. Just get it done. Just get it done. Exactly. And it doesn't have to be every night because that's unrealistic for you to work out every night late. And it could just be a few stretches. Like we're not talking about, if you've only got 15 minutes at night time and it's late, you just might want to do some stretches. You might want to just do some light, weight training or something like that. But then on the weekend, then you've got to fit it in because there's no excuses then.
Yeah, it's true.
I know. I just don't do it either. But I'm going to, Chloe. Don't you worry. We are all guilty. This is the thing. There's always so many more priorities than our health and well-being. But name me something that's more important than our health and well-being. All those psycho kids who are annoying you all day at school, they're actually a lower priority than your health and well-being.
It's true, because the day I'm not there, I'm not there.
Exactly. That's the thing. We are all replaceable in all of our jobs, in everything that we do. There is somebody else who could step in and do the job. So we're not actually as special as we think we are. But unless we're actually investing in our own health and well-being, nobody else is going to do that for us. Okay. So when you hang up from this, Chloe, I want you to sit down and have a tough conversation with yourself and say, when am I going to do something?
All right.
Okay.
I will schedule it in. Thanks.
Right. Next person I can bully into doing stuff. This is just a big bully session of Katie just yelling at everyone. All right. The McClartys. How are you?
We're going awesome.
Oh. Do that you and Chloe, Katie.
I just made my kids eat eggplant for tea.
That really is amazing. And they actually ate it?
The 2 out of 3. Yeah, the 4-year-old's still going.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Mm.
I'd take 2 out of 3. That's very impressive. I couldn't even make my husband eat eggplant, to be honest.
Well, he did take a photo of it and send it to his workmates and mock me at the same time. But I was like, I'm not saving your arteries here.
Exactly right. Exactly.
It was just so
he didn't go back for seconds. And I said, what do we think, people? Could this become a monthly?
Regular.
Yeah. And they were like, Lily's like.
Annually.
Well, there was a little bit of a vote annually to have that dish.
We'll take it.
But I'm like, it's just going to pop up, people, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, deal with it. This is Mum's show now. Yep, that's right. Exactly. Well, aside from just gorging on eggplant, tell me how you guys have been going for the last few months now.
Well, I before Christmas I was going pretty good, and then after Christmas I just indulged too much, lost motivation. So I actually joined a 6-week challenge at Fernwood.
Ah, good. Yep.
I've been accountable to a food coach and a physical coach. And I've been going to the gym regularly. Sunday morning, I climbed Mount Major at 6:30 in the morning.
I wasn't there till about 9:30, but that would have been funny had I seen you there.
Well, you would have had a laugh because long story, but I had to
But you did it.
I went to the wrong car park. So I climbed it by myself in the dark on the rocky bits and then got to the footpath bit. But that's okay.
Duffer. Oh my goodness.
It's all good fun.
Yes.
So with that, we got some recipes given to us with the nutrition side of it. So been following some of them, not to the nth degree, but and so we've done some great things. We've got the kids are loving the yogurt milk with in the Thermomix with some frozen berries or frozen fruits, and they're great because we have them in the freezer. Being out of town, anything in the freezer is great. So we've been doing those. We've been trying not to eat too much crap, but a little bit creeps in. So that's okay.
That's okay. That's a lot.
I've been sticking to the gym thing I actually haven't been working. So sorry, Chloe, for getting on here saying
I've got so much free time.
I've just made term 1 a priority for my fitness. So, and eating well. So I've been able to do that. So term 2, I plan to go back and do just relief teaching on a Tuesday. So there you go. I'm just putting me first, but I'm doing kinder pick up at 2:00 3 days a week. So that's a big commitment.
Oh, it's from Lara. Are you serious? That is actually, I can't even support you on that. Like that is, you are not actually doing a job. That's not actually. Oh my goodness.
So I'm just telling everyone I'm having a gap year. So
good on you though. I'm really thrilled to hear that. That is great. And you are fortunate enough to be able to do that.
Yeah, for me it's easy to manage it at the minute because I can do it. But poor Grant, he's just been held by a headlock having to eat eggplant. Yep.
He looks fine.
Dropped off.
Your exercise has dropped off?
No, it hasn't. Not my but well.
You go. You're so not committed.
What exercise have you been doing, if any? You look like you've been and done exercise, or is that your work shirt?
Yeah, I'll put some lycra on for the
no,
just for the special event.
I'm at him. I'm like, come on, we've got to do something. I'm nagging at him. So
good.
No,
he's not really giving the exercise a fair crack at all, but we're getting there. Yeah, but we're getting. At least he ate the eggplant in dinner tonight, so that was good.
That's very good. So have you not been writing at all, Grant? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I haven't done a thing.
Why? No. Tell me.
I'm not sure. I'm just waiting for that motivation to kick in, and it's just not there yet.
Who's going to motivate you?
I am, but I'm just not ready to do it yet.
Why? What are you waiting for?
I'm actually not sure.
Well, that means you're going to be waiting for a very long time.
Yes.
A very long time.
But he has been very supportive to me because every Tuesday night I've been going to the gym at 5:30 to meet the coach for the last 6 weeks. So he's been supportive to me to go to that. So that's one night of the week. And then I'm not sure what happens. He goes out to the shed the other night and there's weights in the shed. There's a bike out there. Yeah.
Well, Grant, you too, my friend, need to hang up here tonight and decide where you can start to fit some exercise in. Because once you stop doing the job you're doing, it's going to be all downhill, my friend. So you need to keep up some sort of strength and some sort of cardio, all right? Because you know what? You've still got one more session with me.
How long away is that? What's the next session?
You've got 6 months.
Oh,
you've got
I can get 2 or 3 rides in between then.
Oh no, I want to see you like doing elite bike training by that time. Okay, not I've done 3 rides since I last saw you, Katie. That does not.
I'll come back and show you my 6-pack in 6 months' time.
Has everyone heard that? Did everyone hear that? That we're going to get Grant's 6-pack at the last session. All right, I'm going to make a note of that.
There's a few more than a 6-pack in there.
He did just say to me though, he goes, I think we should all go as a family on Sunday and do the walk up Mount Major Tam. And I'm like, well, that would be good.
That's a great idea. The girls would love that. That's a really nice idea. Yeah, definitely. But Grant, tell me, what about all your pull-ins to servos and purchasing of?
Yeah, no, that's been the best thing. is the food thing. Plus, it helps when Tamara's trying to do it too. So
yeah,
but
and she's
yeah,
home.
the biggest thing, it's good. Breakfast is the biggest thing.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
so, awesome. So you are still eating better and more regularly. Yeah,
for sure. So no,
that's great.
Been the main thing I'm taking out of this. So,
and even as a family, like we were in town yesterday and we were getting home late and the kids were nagging. So I'm like, no, we've got tea at home. We're not going to drive through and get any chips or anything like that. We're just going to go home.
You're just getting home. That's right. You'll all survive.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
well,
just
that's
changing
great.
that habit of eating hot chips.
And that's a real family unit change though. Like that is significant. Like as much as you sort of, you know what I mean? Like you brush it off like, oh yeah, we didn't, we haven't done a whole lot, but you actually have done a fair bit. And I know, Grant, that you were so hesitant at the start of this program. I remember Tamara saying, oh, I have to drag you.
I was excited to get into it.
You were not. You rolled your eyes for the first half. But I'm so glad that you have actually seriously taken some food changes and made some changes, because that stuff's really important. It's easy just to go and buy crappy options all the time. So it takes more effort. But you're also lucky that you got Tamara, who is also very instrumental in that, of course.
She's lucky she's got me too.
She's living the dream. You're so right. No, but that's right. Yeah, exactly. Could this be real? No, but that's fantastic. That's so good. I suppose the thing for you tomorrow will be once you do go back into more work than you're currently doing, like when you're going to do more than pick up Emily at 2 p.m, how you can manage everything else. So that'll just be the next thing, trying to keep the car on the road as such when other distractions are thrown in.
And that's why I said, quote, I'm able to do it at the minute because I don't have a work commitment.
You got the time. So, that's right. Exactly. Yeah. But that's great. I'm thrilled that you're throwing everything into it whilst you can. Some of it will stick, not all of it will, but that's okay as well. So well done, Team McClarty. That's excellent. Neri, how are you?
Hello. Sorry I'm a little late.
You're fine.
Looking after 2 houses at the moment and back to work today. I took a week off.
Goodness.
Yeah, so I'm house sitting a friend and her 2 beautiful doggies. And that's on my way home, I stop into my 2 cats and feed them and take the rubbish out and do all sorts of things. And then I
come and look after the next house.
Yeah, luckily they're not too far.
Oh, that's good. I'm sure they're very appreciative of that. So tell me though, how's the last few months been? What's been happening in your world?
Okay, I was doing really well for probably the first time in my life. Both mindset and body was functioning together, and I lost 6 kilos.
Oh, fantastic.
I don't know how much of it I've put back on because I got COVID and was really, really sick. And Trisha, my daughter, was going to get married in May, and then they dropped the bombshell in January. Like I was really focused, and they decided to postpone the wedding. A great decision though, because they bought a house, and it was just going to be really difficult. So I had a lot of emotional upheaval with mum. Mum's not, all sorts of stuff at the moment. So I then fell into my old habits after COVID, after I got sick with COVID. So I've got to get back to knowing that I can do it. I lost 6 kilos, Katie, and I don't know. I know I've put at least 3 back on. Because I'm eating the wrong things. Whereas before it was so good at work. I would have my breakfast nice and early. I would have a morning tea, which would be a piece of fruit or something like that. And then lunch would be nice and wholesome, like a piece of lean chicken or something, or can of tuna with lentils. And, I was really trying hard to be prepared. And then dinner, I was really careful, like Tutra and Dylan were still with me at the time, and we wouldn't get any takeaway. I would cook something with lots of roasted veggies and then either fish or whatever, or a fish bake or something. Then I just lost the plot. So I'm wanting to get back. I've got this gut health book that I just bought before. Today, on the weekend, I bought these really good shoes, like, the Brooks shoes, because I've got 2 bad knees. two bad knees and an ankle, and my flat feet don't help, but they were too loose. So luckily I went there straight after work tonight. So I did a lot today. I think I lost a couple of kilos just running around like a lunatic, and the guy was so helpful. So he's changed them to something else for me. So I really want to do a lot of walking. I think that's one of the things I'll do. And Twitch has moved out, so now I've got to bring the exercise bike inside the house. And plus it's going to be cold soon. So, and then I'll just try and do more and more each day and get back to what I was doing. That mental state was brilliant.
Yeah.
What happened to me? Why did I just...
Nothing happened. Nothing happened to you, because do you know what? A few things. Life happened, and life is really hard at times, and you've got to be a bit easier on yourself, because all those things can affect what we're prioritizing and what we're motivating, of course, because, things change. So don't be so hard on yourself, because that's life sometimes. But I can guarantee to you that the Neri that's here now is already so much further down the path than the Neri that was here at the very start of the program. So I know that you're feeling so disappointed about those 3 kilos.
I'm so disappointed.
I know, but the thing is that you know what to do. You've already just explained to me exactly the day that you should be having. So you just need to do that. You know what to do. You've got all the skill set now. So you've simply just got to do it. So make that decision, decide it, make it easier for yourself, get those things into the cupboard and the fridge, and get the food happening again, and it will happen. It will happen.
Thank you.
But don't be so hard on yourself, because these things this will continue to crop up, and your weight will fluctuate a little bit, because when we sort of are looking for comfort and we're looking for, I don't want to exercise because I'm feeling so drawn out and strung out, and you're unwell. No one should be exercising a lot when they're unwell anyway. So there was a lot compounding factors in there, but just shake it off. It's done. It's done. You just got to look forward and just get those Brooks flash shoes on and get out on that path, because really you're the only one that can make yourself do it. That's the thing.
I want to do it.
And you want to do it.
Yeah, and I was crying all the time, because Twitch is 25, but she hasn't left. She hasn't even taken a gap year. She did 2 degrees in a row. She was always with me, and we're very, very close.
Yeah.
So I wasn't showing her how upset I was, but
of course
I was a mess. Yeah,
of course you were.
I didn't care at that time. I think it was back to the mental state of comfort food,
Of course, but not actually dealing with what the problem is. Perhaps you need to talk to her and say, oh my God, my heart's breaking here. I'm going to miss you so much.
Oh, I did.
Of course.
And they're both so beautiful. Like, they've moved. It's been a week and 3 days or something, and they've just included me so much with everything. She got keys cut for me straight away, which I never asked for. And I've gone there and made dinner one night, and then another time this is just within the week and a bit. So I think she actually is doing it consciously on purpose.
Of course she is.
Yeah, she
really
loves
is. You. Of course she is. So how far away does she live from you now?
About 15 minutes on the freeway. So from Chelsea to
so it's not a very nice walk. I was going to say, you can walk there. How fantastic. But no, I don't want you to be hit by a car.
But there's lots of nice areas there to probably walk. Like from their balcony in their backyard, there's a beautiful paddock, and you see horses and that. So I'm sure there's some sort of walking path. I haven't discovered it yet, but I'd love to.
Yeah, of course. That's right. Exactly. So I think it's, of course, it breaks your heart, because of course you're losing. It feels like there's a lot of loss, but actually what you've done is your job, because you've been the most wonderful mum for her, because she feels that she's confident enough to move out of the home. And as much as you just want them to be little and stay with you forever, this is actually
and I feel like an
thing.
idiot feeling like that, because I want her to fly away. I want her to live her life. But I think it was just really sad. It was just, it still will be like, we've both kind of moved out at the same time. So this is my second week in my friend's house. So I really haven't experienced Twitch and Dylan not being there when I go back to my own house.
Of course. And that's okay.
All these things play a part, don't they?
So much. And I mean, it's just, I think you just need to feel nothing but pride, because she's obviously just like you say, she's flying, she's feeling confident, and she's doing exactly what she wants to do with a fantastic person. I mean, goodness.
Yeah, he's brilliant. Yeah, he's beautiful.
See, imagine if she was moving out with a lunatic, then you'd really have a lot of stuff to feel so distressed about. Like, this is really positive. As much as it breaks your heart and you feel so worried and lonely and desperate for her, there are so many positives to take from it. And now you can still care for her from your place. However, you also need to prioritize yourself now as well.
Yeah.
And perhaps this is when you go and get more social and you join fitness groups, or you join things where, you're getting that socially interaction. I mean, it's not going to be with your daughter, of course, but, looking at other ways you can fill your own cup rather than,
absolutely. Like the friend I'm looking after, we walk every Saturday and Sunday, but I need to, I won't have Dylan and Tucci to rush home to get ready. I'll make myself something the night before, and then I can go for a walk every day rather than only 2 days a week. That's what my aim is. But
there you go. You just got to do it, baby. That's it. You just got to do it. And you just prioritize and see them, and you'll love it, and you'll look forward to it. And soon you'll get to a point where you think, how did I ever have anyone else living in my space? I love my own, like things.
Yeah, that's
things
what my
do
work
change.
colleague said today.
Yeah, that's right.
Brilliant. I kept saying no to them the first 3 days, and they said, Mum, we've asked you out for dinner for the last 3 days and you've said no. I said, I've been busy.
Well, that's right. And
so
she wants
lovely.
to be with, that's right. And they're always going to include you. So that's the most important thing. So, Neri, you've done an amazing job.
Thank you.
You really have.
I've never in my life been so committed in those 2 months, and then to fall off the rails just really upset me. But like I've stopped caring about myself. So I thought, I'm just going to go and get those shoes. I'm going to go and get things that will help me. And then, like you said, join people who are moving about a bit more, because that is eating the right foods is very important, but being active is so important.
So important for lots of, for the social, for the mental, for so many different things. So it's Neri's time. And I know that it's disappointing about that little bit of weight gain or whatever, but celebrate what you did do, and you'll be able to do that again. No worries. Okay. You haven't fallen off it's not all done and dusted. It's not over. It's just the process of it. That's all. And so you've just got to get back up on the horse and just carry on. Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
But thank you for sharing that story, because we've all got little young kids and they drive us around the bend most days. So to think about big kids leaving, you think, oh my goodness, that feels like forever away. But I'm sure it's happened very quickly.
Yeah.
So no.
I wish you all the best, all of you.
Thank you, Neri. All we could want is for our daughters to go off and our sons to go and marry wonderful people. So she will be fine.
Thank you, my sweet. Thank you.
No, thank you, Neri. That was lovely. I'm so glad that you shared that with us. Ellie girl, you're just really busy. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm cooking lunches. Sorry.
Oh my God. I've seen steam. I've seen.
Sorry. And like my chin, I looked at it once and I saw. I'm at my parents' house and just check out those curtains.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's some nice interior designing there.
They've just moved in. They need to do some work.
Wow.
No, good. I had a bit of a, summer got in the way, and everything was opening up, and I was on school holidays. But the last couple of weeks, getting back into it, making exercise a priority, I guess. Just moving, not so concerned about what it is, but just moving.
Yeah.
And my partner Brendan's been very supportive of that, not the excuse I've got to put my son to bed or I've got to do the dishes. And something.
He's allowing that you to prioritize exercise and helping out.
Yeah, and mentally that's really helping and moving the body and all that. They relate to each other for me, definitely.
So much, yeah.
And the thing that's probably holding me back is food. It's still very easy to grab something out of a cupboard and make something. so that's around just being organised. I know I'm not making food in the morning for lunches or anything, so just making it the night before and being prepared.
Yeah, being organised and ready to go. Yeah, absolutely. So do you grab stuff out of the cupboard for Ryder?
Yes. I try not to. Like, I try to be organised, but sometimes when he's harping, it's quick to grab the muesli bar.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So then it's just about me being organised and like making something, having it frozen that I can quickly grab out, or choosing those alternate things. But I'm aware.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. And that's part of the battle. So what are you thinking you would make?
So I know he loves bananas. So banana muffins.
Correct.
Would be
a great option.
Much better off than a muesli bar. And like, I know I say it at school to the kids, like looking at lunch, like, homemade stuff. Where's your homemade stuff? Like, as they pull out packets and stuff.
As you're just like ripping open your muesli bar. Where are your banana muffins?
But I need to do that myself. I'm saying it to the kids, and I know I need to do it. I just need to do it. Bite that bullet and do it.
You sure do. You sure do. So this is the thing. We all, like, everyone, like, we all actually know what to do. Like, it's not about learning and saying, oh, I never realized I should bake things, or I never realized I should go for a walk. You know, we all know what to do, but it is the doing that is the hardest bit sometimes. And it's simply about sitting down and looking at, what am I prioritizing? Am I prioritizing 45 minutes on my phone when I could easily have whipped up muffins in 30 minutes? So, you know, it's about actually looking at, how am I spending my day, and are the things that I'm spending my time on actually creating, are they actually benefiting me, or is it just a bit of a time suck? And I think we could all agree that we all do have a lot of time sucking things in our days and in our weeks, where we could be actually doing a lot more other things that will help our future selves. So whether you get into the habit of, I mean, I try to do a bit of cooking on a Sunday. I try to do that. I'll bake one thing, or at least, you know, for the week, so then I know that, you know, my husband can just take smoko and the girls can take lunches and that kind of thing. But it is just getting into that habit and that routine, and again, prioritizing it, because no one's going to prioritize it until you do. So I do agree, the food, but having said that though as well, when you are a busy mum, God, sometimes you just want to throw a muesli bar at your child, and it's fine. Like, you don't have to worry about that either. Like, there's a lot worse things you could be giving them. Like, you can't be that hard on yourself that you're feeling bad for every packet that you open. But if you want to be better, then be better. Like, actually do it. So decide, prioritize it, schedule it in, do however it is that is going to be good for you, because you will feel so much better for it, because we just feel guilty all the time about all the things we're not doing. So if that's how you're feeling, spin it and do it, rather than just, you know, thinking it and wanting to do it. These are not hard things. These are not things that we need to learn. Grant knows how to ride a bike, but he needs to just get on the bike and ride it. You know, we're not learning new things. We just need to actually prioritize them and do them. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing across the whole entire globe. We all know what to do, but we've just got to do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. So are you doing it right now, Ali?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm at my mum's.
Yeah.
I came here to have dinner, and then I was like, oh, I'll just whip up some lunch stuff. As she entertains my child. I've just done like a stir fry thing.
Fantastic.
I just enjoy a warm lunch.
I see. I'm thinking, is this your dinner? But no, this is for lunch tomorrow.
No, this
that's
is
amazing. Well, that's so good. I love that.
Yeah, just noodles.
Actually, that makes me think maybe session 5 should be like a group cooking session. That would be a good way to do it. We could talk and cook.
Yes.
Grant.
And like
Grant saying,
hints of different things we can use instead of, I don't know.
That's right, exactly. But even if it's
Substituting.
just one job ticked off our list, do you know what I mean? Like that's all it needs to be, just something done. So then we can sort of say, righto, I've made 450 banana muffins. They'll keep us going for a little while.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day as well, like what you guys need to remember too is that, oh, yum, Mary.
Avocado.
Fantastic. Good girl. That's excellent. Is that where you guys all are now at this stage, 6 months down the path, is so much further down the path than you were at 0 months. So it's very hard to still feel bad about the things you're not doing and etc., but not even acknowledge the wonderful things that you have changed and the wonderful things that you are doing. So it is really important to celebrate it. It's also important to be a critic and to make sure that you are keeping yourself accountable. But also remember that, gee, there's a lot of good stuff that you guys are all doing, because it's not a sprint. It's a really long marathon, this life. So you get lots of second chances. This is the good thing about this whole thing, is that we can just keep falling off and then dragging ourselves back up again. That's good. We want to be able to do that. It's when you don't drag yourself up ever again, that's when there starts to be a problem, because then we start to see all the lifestyle disease and yuck stuff start to happen. So please, as much as I'm bossy and I peer pressure you into doing things you don't want to do, it's because I care and I want you guys to do these things, because it's really, really important. Oh, Mary.
Thank you.
Yes.
Salad.
You're the sweetest dot. See, look at you. That's fantastic. Good on you. See, whole new Neri already. Just like that, hey? Just like that. You lovely thing. So does anyone have any questions for me? You know, I'm an open book if there's anything you need to know, or yeah.
So when are we catching up? Sunday. So 6 months time.
Yes, it'll be the 6th and final session. So I probably can tell you that date actually, Mary. So yeah, that will be, I mean, this thing goes so fast. Every time I say to people, and we do it for 12 months, they say 12 months, but it is actually not
incredible.
It is very fast. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. So please always know that you guys can reach out at any time. I've said that before and I'll keep saying it. So it'll be around the 20th of September, because that's when we had our first session. So it'll be sort of the 19th, 21st, something like that. I'll keep it for a Monday night. So yeah, sort of towards late September, but I'll do as I've always done and reach out when it's getting closer to that time, and then you guys can schedule it in and be ready to come along. Anyone, any questions, anything? I look forward to seeing the McClardys on Mount Major Sunday morning. Look forward to Ellie sending me photos of all the baked things she's going to do. Chloe's going to be exercising heaps from now on. And Neri's just going to write some love notes to yourself. All right, Neri? And to your daughter. You can always write them to your daughter. You can't help yourself.
I know, I can't.
No, because you're a wonderful mum. That's the thing. Guys, thank you so much for coming tonight. I always really appreciate it. It's lovely to see you all. And yeah, make sure you come at the last session so you can confess your sins or tell me your celebrations. Either way, I accept you no matter how you're coming at me. And get ready. Grant's going to take his shirt off. We're going to see us.
Thank you so much.
Oh, Mary, you're so welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can't wait, Grant. Can't wait. See you guys. Take care.
Bye.